This fellow really hit the jackpot. I can't believe he really found a blood laminionth root. I know, right? With a treasure like that, he won't have to worry for the rest of his life. Damn it! If I knew there was a treasure hiding in that piece of wood, I would have bought it myself. With the blood laminionth root's debut, the onlookers immediately started talking. All of them looked at Dustin with a gaze full of envy. Fuck! This guy really struck gold. James clenched his teeth, eyes filled with rage. That's odd, how did he know that there was a treasure hiding inside? Dahlia was more puzzled than shocked. Everyone had no clue, even Mr. Walter. And yet, Dustin managed to notice. Is it really luck? Or was there another reason? She wondered. Dustin, we really won big this time. But, how did you guess that a blood laminionth root was hiding in there? Ruth asked the question that was on everyone's minds. To be honest, I wasn't sure as well. It was purely a guess. Dustin said humbly. A guess? You're saying that you had no idea there was a blood laminionth root inside? And you still used $5 million to gamble? Ruth was a little stunned. You can put it that way. Dustin nodded. I really don't know whether to call you stupid or lucky. Ruth gave him an incredulous look. I admit that it was indeed a big gamble, but my bet was right. When something goes wrong, there is usually a good reason behind it. There must be a reason for a long-living laminionth root to wilt. I read about something similar from a book before. Dustin smiled faintly. You're a genius. You really enlightened me today. Ruth gave him a thumbs up. Her respect for him immediately grew tenfold. Wait! This blood laminionth root is mine. Florence suddenly exclaimed. She reached out to snatch the root but luckily was stopped by Ruth. Hey! What are you doing? I'm not selling it. I'll return your $5 million. I'm not selling this blood laminionth root anymore. Florence was in a panic. This was worth $10 billion. How could she give it to someone else so easily? That's right. We're not selling it anymore. Give it back to us. After coming back to her senses, Joel chimed in. Everyone could not help but frown at their unreasonable behavior. Oi! Are you guys that shameless? The deal is done. Now you want to back out? No way. Ruth blocked them from the blood laminionth root, her expression fierce. She had never seen such shameless people. They were laughing when they thought they had scammed Dustin. Now that they know they made a loss, they're using all kinds of methods to get it back. How disgusting. I don't care. This blood laminionth root is mine. You must return it to me today. Florence exploded in anger. It was like a child throwing a tantrum. Dustin, I'm warning you, you better give us back the blood laminionth root. Otherwise, I won't hold back on you. Julie glared at him with daggers in her eyes. An invaluable treasure like this was enough to make them lose their minds. You were the ones who sold it voluntarily. We also handed over the money. Now that I discovered a treasure inside, you're backing out? Do you think we'd really give it back to you? Dustin brushed them off coldly. Stop the nonsense. If you weren't so despicable and scammed us our blood laminionth root, did you think we'd sell it to you? Florence roared in anger. Exactly. You clearly knew there was a blood laminionth root inside. Why didn't you tell us? You purposely scammed us. Julie said. Hearing this, Dustin could only laugh. He was looking at two clowns. First of all, I didn't know there was a blood laminionth root in there. It was just a guess. Secondly, so what if I know there was a treasure inside? Why do I need to tell you guys? Also, you guys were the ones who harbored bad intentions and tried to scam someone else. Otherwise, why would you sell it to me? So, all in all, you guys brought this upon yourself. Dustin said calmly. Everyone nodded and agreed with what he said. Well said. This guy earned the treasure fair and square. He earned it with his talent. When you scammed them, why didn't you back out then? Now that you know you made a loss, you're being shameless. That's right. If you were to follow their dumb logic, wouldn't the blood laminionth root belong to Mr. Walter? The onlookers started to express their disdain. You all are ganging up on us, aren't you? You scoundrels, I'll kill you. Florence yelled, ready to strike a hit. Enough. You've made a loss. What's the point of spilling your guts here? Are you not shameful enough? Dahlia yelled at Florence. Dahlia, you. Florence was stunned. What are you standing there for? Go. Dahlia said angrily, her face contorted in frustration. Lilacy or Mom, we're definitely not getting back the treasure now. Let's go home and figure out another way. Before the situation turned sour, James hurriedly convinced his mom. His sister rarely gets angry, but once she does, no one will be spared. Dustin! I'm not done with you. Florence also didn't dare to act out. After giving Dustin a fierce glare, she left the room unwillingly. Humph! So what if you guys got a blood labyrinth root? A guy like you, I wouldn't live long enough to use it. Knowing that they lost, Julie left him a curse before leaving. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Ruth mocked as they left. Dustin, those who possess treasures will attract the attention of robbers. Having a treasure like this is not an easy job. You should be careful. Dahlia's gaze lingered on him for a few moments before leaving. Because of that, Ruth's senses were tingling. Dustin, that gaze of hers was a bit weird. Are you guys still not over each other? What nonsense are you on about? Dustin rolled his eyes. Hey! Don't say that I didn't warn you, but you must keep yourself together. Don't give in to her temptations. Ruth warned with narrowed eyes. She clenched her teeth, showing her two canines that seemed threatening. Rue, what on earth is going on in that little head of yours? Now that we've got the labyrinth root, let's head home. Dustin lightly knocked on her head.